What is something you wished you knew before having sex? Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the video. That I had latex allergy. I literally swelled shut. Just the worst. Sounds horrible. I'd be freaking shitting myself if anything like this happened to me. Not if your beehole is swollen shut. Wash your ass. Bidet. The average size of a peanuts would have eliminated a lot of anxiety. I think this should be a lot higher up. It's really sad how many guys have issues with their size. I think this should be a lot higher up. You're just like the rest of them. That I'd left the car in neutral. I left it in drive during my first kiss and ran over her garbage bins. I didn't know she was gonna kiss me. I thought I was just dropping her off, otherwise I would put it in park. My foot slipped off the brake in the heat of the moment and the next thing you know, crunch. Not gonna lie, this is kind of adorable. That being said, I'm a driving instructor. Always put the freaking car in park when you park. LOL. That it's not that big of a deal. I spent the first 20 years of my life completely obsessed with it. It's great, but I should have given my arm a break. I remember the first time I told one of my buddies I lost my virginity. I thought he was gonna be super excited for me and congratulate me. If not for losing my virginity, then for who I lost it to. We both went to school with her and she was very attractive, popular. Instead he said not that cool, and suddenly I realized that this thing I had constantly thought about since I was 12 is just kind of fun, but not really life-altering like I thought it'd be. My group of friends gave me so much shit for being a virgin. I figured I was missing out on something spectacular, but it was just sex. Hard to explain to somebody who's never had sex, but I feel like most people can relate. Thank you for writing this. I'm 27 and still a virgin and have stressed so much over this over the course of my life. But this post kind of shifted my perspective a bit, and I think I'll be a little happier now just letting things happen as they'll happen, instead of worrying if it ever will. I've found the stronger connection I have with someone, the better the sex. Losing your virginity just to lose it kinda sucks. However, if you have a wonderful partner that you trust to be vulnerable with, it's amazing. It does not equal love, or even affection. I guess it is just an act for some people. Where the clit is. Inside the belly button, right? Just above. But basically yeah, if you still can't find it, make one yourself. Pee after. This is what I was looking for. I didn't learn this until it was too late. Why? The pain. Not peeing after is a mistake you make once and never again. That dongs completely have a mind of their own. Aroused does not always equal hard and ready to go. Demand a condom. People lie all the time. Don't risk your life and your future on somebody's word. I would just say always bring your own, and I'm not even a guy, but I had a girlfriend who told me she poked holes in the condom of her last boyfriend, but it didn't work. I'm not saying every girl is like that, but there are a few and it's better to be safe than sorry. I had a girlfriend who told me she poked holes in the condom of her last boyfriend. Please tell me that was a deal breaker right then and there. Yet totally I couldn't date a girl who did that. I also told the dude about it, but honestly it scared me just how like it open she was about it. It was like she was proud of what she did. Should have bought a dozen condoms and figured out how to put it on. I went through like 4 before I got the damn thing on. Dude, I lost my condom when I lost my virginity in the back of a Chrysler LeBaron. I have no idea where it went or if it was hanging out of her like a tampon string. I 100% guarantee that's what happened. Yeah, don't come and continue to boink with the condom on. It might get lost inside her. It sucks, and you'll have to purchase Plan B afterwards. All bad. STI status. STI status. Has Rod Knocker needs a new head gasket. It's much better W. Someone you really love. I've only ever had sex with my fiancé, and people ask me all the time if I'm worried about missing out on sexual experiences that I might get from different people and why I didn't shop around sexually. We waited until we'd been dating a few months to have sex. I knew I loved her before we did it, and the fact of the matter is it gets to the point where you know what your partner really likes, tolerates, and will not do. And even if the sex is bad one night, at least in the morning I know I'll be able to have a conversation with a person I genuinely care about over breakfast. That recovery time was a factor. He was nice about it, but I still felt embarrassed when he had to explain why he needed a few minutes. Lick it, before you stick it. William Shakespeare, in quarantine. Go slow. Peen is a lot of frick like a sewing machine kinda shit. You gotta start slow with, then build up, like that Tenacious D song. I wish more guys would know this. Your first time isn't a groundbreaking, earth-shattering experience. It will probably be over before you process what's happening. It's 100% better when you're actually ready, and not just being pressured. That you should be turned on, really physically aroused, before doing it, seems stupid, but I guess I didn't know. I just wanted to get it over with. The squishy, suction noises, also a good name for a punk rock band. Is she just having sex with me out of pity, or does she actually want it as much as I do? Girl I lost my virginity to told me she only kept having sex with me for the following 3 months was purely out of pity. Due to that and a combination of issues from my childhood, I now worry that every time I get close to a girl she's just going to turn around and leave. I'm now 22 and have been dealing with this shit for 7 years. You don't get your dong back after you put it in. Really should have read their return policy before having sex. That what I had to work with I was perfectly adequate for the job. Maybe there is a legitimate reason to keep Peen from kids. Air escaping makes noises. Don't laugh. The day I learned I could do this at any given time was an interesting day. That I didn't need to do it so my boyfriend wouldn't break up with me. He definitely was not worth it. If she says, you don't need a condom, you definitely need one. It's going to be really awkward for the first dozen times or so until you get used to it. Once you're more comfortable, then you can start having fun. The first dozen times. First night out of prison. I hear ya, bruh, first dozen times. Guess I'll just stick with my hand then. As the great Josh Wolf once said, that the hole was so far back. After you come in a condom, you need to hold the condom as you pull out, or else it'll stay in her, and possibly spill. That you need another person involved before you can consider it sex. How to have sex. Foreplay is super important. If anything, spend some time kissing her stomach and touching legs. Licking the nipples is another plus. I didn't have sex until I was 19. When I finally did, I couldn't finish, and I remember telling her that I wouldn't be able to ejaculate unless I was with someone I loved. Yep, I was a dumbass. How to make a woman orgasm. Hell, I'm a guy and I didn't nut the first time. That the girl would murder her mother 4 years later. Stanky pussy is not normal. My first hookup smelled like a combination of fish market, shit, and vomit. Didn't find out till my first real girlfriend that was not in fact normal. Red flags abounded. 2. Girl had meth mouth. That you can be allergic to cum. Age of consent. OP, we need to set you aside for questioning. Lube. Use some freaking lube. My ex and I tried having sex a few times, but due to pain on her end it didn't really work out and our relationship suffered as a result. That putting down a towel is a great plan, and that having a couple of clean rags around are great for cleaning up afterwards, before a shower. How much Microsoft shares were going to climb so I could have purchased some afterwards. A lot messier than you'd think. Bring a towel. Leave the shorts at knee level to avoid rug burn. That you need a level of situational awareness when your girlfriend is busy taking your virginity, in her mom's bed, How to have sex. That saving one's virginity isn't as romantic as it sounds. If it smells like cologne, leave it alone. The smell, like pheromones, should be a thing they tell you about. Like avoiding people that smell bad to you, cause you're probably not gonna get along even if they're funny, kind, or good looking. It's extremely overrated. All you hear about is sex, 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 in advertising, marketing, in TV shows, in movies. Sex with my partner who I love deeply and have an amazing emotional bond with is pretty nice, but sometimes 10 minutes of sweaty, flesh bumping is not what I want or need at the end of the day. What I appreciate more than that is having somebody to talk to, laugh with, and share life's ups and downs with. Sex is a small portion of what there is to enjoy with someone else. Dong size doesn't matter. Be confident with what you've got. If you are unfortunate enough to have a small pecker, you aren't necessarily down for the count. You just gotta step up your finger game, and get the fastest hands in the West. That would ruin a friendship that lasted from pre-K up till sophomore year. Sad face. You think us fellow Redditors had sex lol. Smell test. Always smell test. That you don't have to have sex with a fella just cause they said you were sexy. What in the TA runation is that thing below the peanuts? It looks like something that was supposed to belong inside the body, but it's just there. I don't know, it freaked me out and still does a bit when I stare at them, like I don't know, balls just don't look right and they're so tender, like why are they even there? It's like having your kidney just like dangling from your armpit, I don't know. Okay, that's it, I'm done with the internet for today. This is going to be uninteresting and fairly boring until you figure out you're freaking the wrong anatomy. My girlfriend needed to trim her fingernails. She was way too eager and there was some unpleasant scrapping. Seriously kids, trim your nails before fingering someone. As a woman, vaginal penetration shouldn't hurt. It'll be uncomfortable. Yeah, but it should not hurt. And it shouldn't make you bleed. If either of those things occur, it means A, you weren't aroused enough and either you or the other person rushed things. B, there wasn't enough lubricant involved, which directly connects to A, or C, all of the above. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more r/AskReddit content. Be sure to check out our playlist, link in the description below.